I've noticed something. The further you go your own way, the more self-esteem you tend to get, and the clearer and simpler life becomes for you. I guess the downside in going your own way, the few that there are, if it is for you, is the amazement I feel with the pedestrian male in how little he values his own life compared to me. Regular work functions are something I generally avoid. I mean, I spent enough time around the same good people without the need to get drunk on their company 24/7. I do have other things to do. Anyway, on the rare occasion I do make an effort, it's just for a refreshing change. So, as was the case recently, I was pondering a very revealing conversation I had at one of these work functions with a colleague. I was chatting to a guy who works in our accounts department. He's super polite, meek, and a pleasure to chat with. A very, very decent person. So nice that I feel sorry for him. He's so sweet. You want to put your arms around him to tell him to stop because he's melting your heart. He's the kind of loyal guy you'd pick to have your back in old times where survival was at stake. A supremely loyal and moral man. And I think this is precisely the type of nice guy that many modern females tear to shreds and dispose of as a dismissive joke. I mean, you can see this guy's vulnerable and open heart from a plane. And so we're chatting. He's in his mid-20s, I'd say, and he's married, a very traditional, young-ish Asian guy. And he asked me if I'm married too, probably because I'm older than him. So he assumes, and that's fine. I assume guys my age are married too, or divorced with kids. All good. So I say no to him with a relief and laugh. No marriage, no kids. To which his eyes light up with astonishment. But I have a girlfriend, I tell him as I sip my drink. She doesn't want kids, he asks. And I respond, it doesn't matter what she wants. I'm honest with her, no marriage, no kids. And then I was surprised at his laughter. It's like I just told him I told my boss to go fuck himself. What came to light for me was observing how men, as a cultural norm, acquiesce to a woman's complete social script in life, and how I could dare to say such a thing to a female. How dare I be honest about what I want as an individual man? Think about that. The degree to which we say things and do things just to keep the female smiling is still so sacrosanct, and it shouldn't be. Not with today's gynocentric mindset. They don't deserve it. The happy wife, happy life, hardwired umbilical cord, so to speak. What surprised me in our conversation was how often men's reaction to me simply speaking of valuing myself and my life first, before some female stranger I've met, is like blasphemy to them. As though it's such an arrogant and rude point of view to allow no one to use you and your life in ways you don't wish. I mean, is this rocket science? Why is it so surprising? Why is it so shocking? No matter how often I speak to the pedestrian male, it is a shame to see the lack of basic self-esteem surface as his default. Most guys simply see themselves as Christ waiting to be nailed onto a cross by a woman, and the reward is her simple approval of him for doing so. Ooh, what a fulfilling life. Give me a break. Transcending biological hard wiring is not only challenging for most guys, but I'm convinced it's almost another language for the majority of men. I don't know whether it's a lack of intellectual curiosity at the very least, low IQ, or just addiction to women. I'm not sure. All I can tell you is my conviction, hence my view that the red pill isn't for every man. You have to be hardwired in a certain way to benefit from the red pill. Otherwise, like my Asian co-worker, one is only listening to a shocking male fantasy, not a reality. Perhaps I'm being oversimplistic, but what would be a refreshing change to hear more of in public from men when I speak this way is perhaps a continuation in the conversation, like,
"You're right, I never speak up,"
or
"It's great to hear a guy talk like this because I feel blah blah blah,"
or some other self-worth and introspection from a male. But there's not even an intellectual curiosity most of the time, not even a philosophical permission to even theorize that one deserves to do as they wish with their lives. Stoic philosophy with strangers is as rare as an albino giraffe. Instead, one gets the same old schoolyard shyness of trying to figure the goddess out at any cost, rather than, for fucking once, trying to figure yourself out and enjoy your life at any cost. It's probably a post-red pill thing, I know. Something that's been tattooed in me for a while now, but the ease at which men place themselves not even in second place after a woman, but often in third or fourth after jobs, flags, or whatever, and then, only then, at the end, give themselves these scraps from Longshanks's table, where they sneak a 10-minute jerk-off in the shower, or driving to work alone in peace, or taking the dog for a walk. How little living we give to ourselves, and how much we hand over to others, often proudly, to wipe their noses with, and we say thank you. It's fucking baffling. How dare I not hand over my life as though it was worthless to me? Please, gentlemen, think just a little more of yourselves. Here's a free yet crucial tip in the right direction of being confident. Are you listening? Learn to be okay with saying no to women when you don't agree with them. Seriously, it's just that simple. Internalize it. Why are you saying yes to everyone but yourself? Anyway, put yourself first, gentlemen. Treat people well and go your own way. Later.